All right, good evening, everyone. Today is Wednesday, April 1st, 2026. Today is April Fool's Day, but I don't have any April Fool's jokes. We are going to dive into our latest weather video, and we are going to go over this system that is going through our region this evening and have a look at the radar picture. And you can see as we have a loop on the radar, you can see the moisture is moving in a northeasterly direction. Right, and just gives you a look at the motion of the storm track as it has moved today. Now you can notice an uptick of moisture has developed across southern South Dakota into western South Dakota out towards Rapid City, and now the Sioux Falls area and the I-90 corridor is seeing quite an uptick in moisture returns, as you can see there. So a lot has changed today. There's a lot of scattered mixed precip going on, especially in South Dakota. As you can see there, the areas in the red, that is your mixed precip. The rain is in green and blue, and then white is snow. So have a look here. We have a lot of scattered rain from Nebraska, Iowa, Minnesota, South Dakota. There's rain out in Rapid City, Pierre. Now, I will say the Aberdeen area, northeastern South Dakota, we're in kind of a low period of weather right now. So they're pretty quiet as of right now, but that's going to change as we head into tonight, into tomorrow. For the Sioux Falls area, we are seeing some rain showers currently moving through the area. Now, in Minnesota, we're looking at rain and snow mix as well. So a lot of this activity is going to continue for the rest of the day into tomorrow, and then we'll await for the next round that comes in Friday into Saturday. So let's look at the current weather alerts for our region. Let's get right into it. The blue is where we have winter weather advisories in place for north central and northeastern South Dakota in effect here. Pierre, Aberdeen, Brookings, Watertown, all included there, and it extends into North Dakota, Bismarck, Fargo areas, and then into Minnesota as well. And into Minnesota, there is also winter storm warnings that are in place from Minneapolis to Redwood Falls, and the areas in red there. So the winter storm warning in Minnesota is from midnight tonight until noon Central Time tomorrow. We're looking at heavy mixed precip is expected with snow accumulations up to an inch, sleet accumulations up to 3/4 of an inch, and ice accumulations up to 1/4 of an inch. Winds also gusting high up to 30 to 35 miles per hour. And for these areas, roads and especially bridges and overpasses will likely become slick and hazardous. Significant ice accumulation on power lines and tree limbs may cause widespread and long-lasting power outage. Plan on slippery road conditions. So if you're in southern Minnesota, if you're under this winter storm warning, you have to be on alert, as there could be an ice storm that could be a possibility across southern Minnesota. And so if you're in these areas, you need to be paying attention to that and aware of that. Now, for eastern South Dakota and into northeastern and north central South Dakota, winter weather advisory. We are looking at snow accumulations of 5 to 10 inches possible from Pierre to Aberdeen. And this is, again, from now through tomorrow. Travel could be very difficult to impossible. Combination of falling snow and winds may lead to periods of blowing snow that might reduce visibility. And that is the latest wording there from the National Weather Service. Now it says snow and patchy blowing snow likely. And then for this area, there is a spot down here, Brookings to Marshall. Wanted to mention this kind of in this area as well. There is also ice potential from Brookings and Madison over to Marshall, and that is from this evening, late tonight through tomorrow afternoon. Mixed precip expected, total snow and sleet accumulations up to 1 inch, and ice accumulations up to 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch. So that is the latest wording there from the National Weather Service. And then we have this. That's only round one. We have a separate round that we have been talking about for a while. Have a look at the map here. This area in light baby blue, we are looking at a winter storm watch now that has been issued for the northern half of South Dakota. That includes Aberdeen, Mulbridge, over towards Belle Fourche and the Black Hills region, we are looking at another system Friday into Saturday. So as you can see here, another shot of snow with strong wind gusts and ice accumulation possible yet again. This is from late Thursday night through Saturday afternoon. Travel could be very difficult to impossible. Here's what you can expect. Combination of falling snow and winds may lead to periods of blowing snow that could reduce visibility, hazardous conditions impacting these commutes here. Monitor the latest forecast for updates on the situation. And so, again, we're looking at two separate systems, one today that's going on now through tomorrow, and then another one Friday into Saturday. All right, we're going to get back to our weather video in just a moment, but first, sponsorship opportunities out there. We are looking for sponsors, so if you are interested in partnering with T-Storm Chasers and becoming a sponsor with us, feel free to reach out to us on our Facebook page or any of our social platforms, as well as our email or phone number. And we're also launching our new weather call system that is available now. Highly recommend. Sign up. It's $15 for a whole year, and you get life-saving phone calls from us here at T-Storm Chasers. It is a GPS-based system, so any warnings that are issued in your area during severe weather events such as tornadoes, severe weather, and flood events, any warnings that are issued for your immediate area, you will receive a phone call within seconds from us at T-Storm Chasers giving you guys life-saving information. If you're interested, sign up today. Go to the website at tscalert.org. Now let's get back to the video. All right, so let's look at the future radar picture and have a look at your map. This is what we're looking at currently. Now as we head into tonight, we are going to see an uptick in mixed precip across northeastern South Dakota into Minnesota. The areas in pink and blue, that is your mixed precip. And the blue is snow, and the rain is green, and it looks like Sioux Falls is mainly looking at rain. We're not really seeing much other than rain for the Sioux Falls area. Now, as we head into tomorrow, it looks like this system will start to clear out of here, but very slowly as we go throughout the day tomorrow. So we're looking at, again, rain continuing on the southern end of the system with the low pressure. Looks like we could see some thunderstorms and severe weather even into Iowa. More on that in just a minute. Now, the areas in pink, again, that's where we have the mixed precip, and the blue is snow. So you want to make sure that you can see the map clearly on that. Now, as we head into Friday, you can see that next system comes in to our region, and we're looking at rain in green. And then you can see how this system plays out. Again, it's going to come from the west, and it's going to move east across the day on Friday. And then as we head into Saturday, the system finally clears out of here. And that is the end of that. That'll be the history of that system. Now, as we head into next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all look dry, at least at that point. We'll see what happens next week. There is some hints at maybe a system, maybe towards Friday into Saturday of next weekend. That would take us out to the 10th and 11th of April. But it does look like next week we aren't seeing a couple of major systems, not like this week. It's going to be a little quieter, it looks like. But we got to get through these next few days. These next few days are going to be pretty rough out there, at least for north central, northeastern South Dakota, and the northern half of South Dakota into Minnesota. And again, that southern Minnesota area is really a concern because of the ice possibilities that could cause quite a bit of issues. Okay, so let's look at the total snowfall accumulation map. And as we play this out, you can see tonight into tomorrow, you can see where the snow falls. It's going to be in northeastern South Dakota. Looks like Aberdeen could see 2 to 5 inches. And, it looks like Watertown could be a spot of 3 to 5 inches. Now, as we head into Friday into Saturday, have a look at the map. It really does paint a good picture of where the snow will fall. And you can see it's all in the northern half of South Dakota, and then into North Dakota and into Minnesota. These are the areas that we're going to be watching. Anywhere from 2 inches, up towards Brookings, Huron, maybe even Pierre, up to over a foot of snow up near the Mulbridge area, possibly. So it really just varies location to location, but this paints a really good picture of where the snow will fall. and it does look like the northern half of South Dakota is where we're going to see the most snow, as well as North Dakota and Minnesota. Sioux Falls, we're looking at a trace to an inch right now is what we're looking at. So we're not looking at much snow for Sioux Falls. The Black Hills area could see 2 to 5 again out there. Now the northern Black Hills could see a little bit more. We could see anywhere from 6 to 10 inches, maybe 6 to 11 inches. Rapid City, kind of in that 1 to 3 inch range. Now, here is another graphic that I wanted to show. This is a look at the ice accumulation map. And so any ice possibilities that we might be seeing would be shown on this map, and you can see there it is. So this is through tomorrow, and this is what we're looking at. Looks like east central South Dakota into Minnesota. This map really has not changed from the past few days. Looks like that Brookings area to Marshall and in between, that's the area where we could see, you know, some heavier amounts of ice, where we could see anywhere from 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch, maybe even 1/4 or more of ice accumulation. Again, Minnesota, we're looking at a spot, you know, they could see anywhere from 1/4 of an inch to 1/3 or even 1/2 inch or even 3/4 of an inch of ice accumulation in Minnesota. That's why they have that winter storm warning. How about Friday into Saturday? Well, it does look like the ice will expand and move farther to the west. So central South Dakota looks to see some ice accumulation there out towards Pierre, Aberdeen, and over towards Huron, Miller. It looks like that Miller area is probably going to be the highest spot, maybe 1/3 of an inch possibly of ice. It's on the table. At this point, it's possible. So this map, again, gives you a good picture, a good idea of where the ice accumulation will fall as well. All right, so the 10-day forecast for the Sioux Falls area, we are looking at cooler weather the next few days and dealing with the rain and icy weather through Saturday. And then after that, we'll see what happens. Maybe warming to the mid-50s on Sunday. It looks like Sunday will be a decent day. It's going to depend on the wind, though. And then next week, we might start to warm back up a little bit, maybe in the mid-60s by the middle part of next week. But overall, we're not seeing any significant warming. And we're not seeing any significant cool downs either, other than the next few days being stuck in the 30s. For the Aberdeen area, we are seeing a similar forecast. We're going to be cooler for the next several days. We're looking at 30s and low 40s. 30s the next few days through Saturday, with also the snow chances as well. And then next week, it does look like we'll be a little bit warmer, but not by much. We're still going to be in the 30s and 40s, maybe 50 on Wednesday. And then for the Pierre area, we are looking at a similar outlook. We are seeing the mixed precip through Saturday, cooler temperatures into the 30s and 40s, and then next week, maybe rebounding a little bit into the 50s to near 60 on Wednesday, maybe. Overall, it doesn't look like we're going to see any significant warm-ups. And then for the Rapid City area, we are also going to cool down. Look at that high on Friday, 32 degrees. And then, again, we're dealing with the snow and mixed precip chances as well for the Rapid City area, at least through Friday. Saturday, we're going to dry things out. And then looks like Sunday looks to be the nicest day of the 10-day. It's low 60s and sunshine. And we'll see what happens next week. Looks like 40s and 50s will be the highs. And we could see a system potentially on Thursday of next week. Now, that is going to be it for this video. I wanted to do a more in-depth outlook of the weather forecast. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, drop a like on this video. Drop a comment down below. We want to hear from you guys. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and ring those notification bells so you don't miss any of our future uploads and videos. Also check us out on Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok as well so you don't miss any of our content over there. And we'll have plenty more updates to come, so stick around for that. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching.